Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to the Divine Dojo. My name is Gabriella and I'm here to do your reading for June 23rd through the 29th. So what I like to do is just kind of clear the energy, and then I'm going to read what's going on astrologically in the transits, and then hold on, I gotta let my dog out. In or out, Callie? Anyhow. Sorry. So let's clear the energy. If you want to take a nice deep breath in. Time, deep breath in. And last one. All right, my beautiful Saggies. So what we got going on. So I'm doing the reading today, Monday, June 23rd. And we're still in the Sun square Neptune in Aries energy. And so we want to continue avoiding making decisions from an emotionally charged energy, right? Because those energies can still be lingering here, even though it's kind of dissipating and moving away. As we saw over the weekend, shit went down, so stuff is popping off like I said it would. And yeah, so you just want to stay centered, grounded, and in your own energy, and not get consumed by social media, mainstream media, what's going on in the world, because all that wants to do is just siphon your energy to not manifest, to not align yourself, to not ground yourself, to not follow your dreams, passions, goals, wishes, purpose, and distract us from creating the life that we want to create. So focus. All right, well, that one came out. The Lover. So who got this? I want to say either Libra or Virgo got this. I don't know, but basically this is the energy that we want to embody. We want to be, number one, the lover to ourselves, loving, kind, and honoring ourselves and having self-care for ourselves. My dog is going crazy. Come here. Honoring and loving ourselves, and and other people as well, and not being in conflict with other people. Did I go through? I'm spacing out on yours. Maybe you're spacing out. So this is a thing to a sign for you to refocus, realign, and get into balance, because I'm spacing out in your reading. So tomorrow, the 24th, Tuesday, the Sun is conjunct Jupiter, creating a cazimi, meaning the Sun and Jupiter are both in Cancer. And so when they meet, they create a cazimi, which is, astrologers or social media astrologers will say that it's the luckiest day of the year. And it can be, I'm not saying it can't, but just remember those other energies are out there still super powerful and strong. What? Oh Lord. So that's on Tuesday. So yes, it can be a super lucky day, but oh, what? Hold. What? Sorry, I have like the chicken skins, and they're like air fried and they're crispy, although they got a little soggy because I left them in a bag, and she's like bossing me around to get some. So Wednesday we have that new moon in Cancer, and that is a good new moon because again, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, and again, expansive energy, good energy for setting the seeds of manifestation and intention setting of, you know, your home being in Cancer, and you have to see where it's transiting in your house, so you know what house it is for you. For me, Jupiter in Cancer is in the 9th or 7th house of relationships and partnerships and things like that. So I'll definitely be in public that day, so I can make the rounds and see people, and, you know, who knows. So, you know, it's a good day to work with that energy, and depending on what house it is in for you, you have to, you know, work with that energy in that way. And then, so great to set intentions for Jupiter being in Cancer, for your home, for security, for relationships, for partnerships. You might even be like planting a garden, and that's a great thing to do, or might be doing some home renovations. Your values as well, and setting those intentions to realize those things. On the 26th, Mercury enters Leo, which is great for communication because it allows us to be more bold, more heart-centered, more felt, confident and authentic, and have more authentic conversations. So that's a good thing. But on the 27th, then Mercury, which is in Leo, squares Pluto, which is in Aquarius. So they're creating that opposition. Not squares. They're creating an opposition. So the bold, confident, heartfelt energy can be met with maybe some conflict, some revelations, some, you know, things coming out that, you know, maybe you didn't expect. So there's that. So those are the energies. And I pulled the Lover, and we're going to read that at the end. All right, so let's get started with the tarot. Yeah, I had a hard start with these readings, and for some reason I'm feeling like a little bit spacey and frazzled with yours. So let's see what this is about, because I haven't had any issues with any other sign, except filming wise with Leo and Virgo. I had to film Leo 3 times, which was highly annoying. But you know, it is what it is. That's life. That's life. That's life. That's life. So yeah. Oh shit. Right off the bat, we got the Tower and it's upright. So if you've been doing the work, and if you've been, you know, following the guidance that I've been giving, we either create the Tower for ourselves and make it happen, or the universe comes in and makes it happen for us. So hopefully it's the latter, or the before. You're creating the Tower. If not, maybe this new moon energy is going to create some sort of change coming in. So, which can be good. You know, change is good. People are scared of the Tower, but I personally, well, I'm a Scorpio, so my fucking life is a Tower. Oh shit. You got, yeah. So you got 2 major arcanas. You got the World, but it is reversed, and then you got an 8 of Wands coming in there right behind it. So yeah, you're looking to seek closure, and you know, and maybe you want to close out a chapter with maybe getting some sort of closure, either from work, partnership, relationship, whatever. Excuse me. Because you feel like something is not complete, and then there's maybe have been some delays in communication, or you've been holding back on getting this closure for yourself, or getting closure from somebody else. Excuse me. I don't know what just happened. So my allergies were fine, and now they're being kicked up again. So yeah, maybe you're in a waiting period, and you're just kind of in a panic about it. So the definitely slow down, especially with this Cancerian energy. You really want to nurture yourself this week and do a lot of self-care. yes, take action and, you know, move forward, but definitely be that self-care. I love you. No more. No more. Give yourself the self-care and love. Sorry. Oh, shit. The Devil reversed. The Fool reverse, Sag. Yeah, you're definitely going through a major change this week, and I'm so happy for you, because if you have been feeling stuck, then this week gets you unstuck. And then you got the Six of Wands in the upright, which, you know, is a time for celebration and progress and self-confidence. You know, like the battle hasn't been won, but you're like there. So yeah, so you have the Devil and the Fool energy, and they're reversed. So this, be careful with like wanting closure from somebody else. Sometimes we don't get it, right? Oh my God. She is literally making the cutest sounds. She's like, what? Anyhow, this is kind of, mommy. This is like the trickster energy, right? With the Fool being there. I don't know. You definitely don't want to be reckless this and make bad choices. And I think I forget where I said this. It's definitely about taking risks, like last week or the week before, but not taking risks on something that you have already been contemplating. I am so sorry. What? She is literally begging. Yeah, and don't give in to exploring, you know, too much into the shadow side. Yes, you want to explore your shadow. Yes, you want to work with your shadow and know what your shadows are, but you don't want to get dragged into that. And that's the thing. That's the thing with the collective, right? I'm sorry. You are too much. That's all you're gonna get. I'm so sorry. Callie is like not having it. She wanted her fucking snacks. So, all right, I'm sorry. I'm not going to cut this out because life happens, and this is the shit that we as humans have to deal with. And with Mars and Leo being in Virgo, Mars being in Virgo, we don't want to be perfect. So this is life, right? It's raw, real. Dogs fucking asking for treats and shit, you know. So I'm not going to cut it out because this is life. And it doesn't need to be perfect to be shown to the world. That is my life. It's not perfect. And I have an animal. So, what I want to say is definitely don't hold yourself back on something that you've been wanting to take a risk on because you're scared to do it, or you feel like you don't have the means or the wherewithal to do it. You do. And again, I want to reiterate, you definitely want to take a risk on something that you have already been contemplating. It's not a week or time in general to be taking risks with things that you haven't even thought about, right? You're like, some sort of opportunity comes in, and you're like, fuck it. No, that is not good, and you will regret it this week. So, but if an opportunity presents itself that you've been thinking about, that you've been contemplating, you know, etc., you know, that you have already kind of put in some work and put in some research into and put in some like thought to, then yes, you know, you definitely can, because there is some sort of like payoff, right? There is some sort of, but you have to be really, really, really discerning this week about that. And come from a balanced, make a decision from a balanced and grounded space, you know, not an emotionally charged space, which the Fool and the Devil can be combined together. So, but yeah, something is changing. Some sort of change is happening, and it's going to be, there is no more, and it's going to be happening. Yes, and you will need this strength to make the correct and right decision and not fall into prey into your desires and addictions or and making decisions from like not a balanced place. Kelly, out of here. Go. Sorry, Sag. She is on one today. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcanas in 7 cards. So, fuck, definitely big ass energies. So, yeah, Mars, we have Saturn, we have Sag, we have Capricorn, we have Uranus, Leo, and Leo. So yeah, you just really, really, really want to, again, have the bold and confident and heartfelt communication and be authentic in things that, you know, you are already have been kind of contemplating, and do not make any emotionally charged decisions this week. So I love this. What is this about, Spirit? What is this about? Death in reverse. Yeah, you can't be resistant to this tower and this chapter that is about to close and or is closing, or, you know, that's happening, that will happen, you know, that you can't be resistant to this change. You're going to have to surrender to it and just know that you have the strength to get through it. Because you don't want to hold on and stay stagnant. Yeah. What is this about, Spirit? A transformation. You're ready to blossom. You just need to come from a grounded and balanced space. Yeah, and putting it in a 7 of Pentacles, like the hard work. Hopefully you've already been doing some of this work. But if not, putting this work in to look at those long-term goals and not get, and be diligent about it and not get distracted by what's going out in the chaos in the outside world, which is really, really trying its hardest. These next 6 months, it's going to try its hardest to distract us from our purpose. So that's what I really want you to focus on, to not have distractions this week. What is this Devil about? Ace of Swords in reverse. Yes, you don't want to block your opportunities coming in, and you want to have a clear mind and be clear of what this decision that or opportunity that is coming in. You want to be clear about it. You don't want to have like this clouded judgment of the devil, or this closure that you might want, or what have you, for the chapter. You need to go within and have the inner clarity to to move forward and not let anybody else cloud your judgment, or the outside world cloud your judgment, or the energies. You always want to, this week is really essential to check in with yourself and see and check in and say, is this really mine? Like, why am I feeling this way? Why is this happening, not happening to me, but what is the lesson here? Why is this triggering me? Why do I need this? You know, and like get into that kind of energy. I'm going to take them. So yeah, maybe this has to do with like an old heartbreak. I feel like it's an old energy. I asked like why the devil was here and I didn't continue, but like maybe this is some sort of old heartbreak that you're trying to get closure on. But like, honestly, you don't need closure on any of that shit. The closure has to come with yourself, right? And maybe releasing like negative self-talk, negative self-doubt. Maybe it is about heartbreak, maybe it isn't. I don't think so. I don't see, considering the major arcanas that have hopped out here, because you have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana here, because the 3 of Swords came out and Judgment came out. So the Judge has been coming out a lot in the readings, you know, a lot of the cards in the archetypes one. And what it is that you need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself. You need to stop judging yourself. You need to start going within and focus on your goals, dreams, and wishes. You know, like you really have to start focusing on this and stop comparing yourself to others and others' journeys and where other people are at. Doesn't matter age, race, whatever, you know, like you can't compare yourself to other people because there's no other competition but yourself. But it's our mental shit that keeps us stuck and keeps us not moving forward, right? And our beliefs in ourselves. So this is a lot to me about self-love and changing the narrative, the narrative you are constantly telling yourself. Because this is like, you know, inner conflict. Maybe it might be conflict with other people. It might be you're trying to avoid conflict with other people. But I don't think so. I think it's the conflict within. It can be conflict with others, but you know, yeah, and this week is a good week to, you know, what's that saying, is just to agree to disagree. If like you have your opinion, somebody else has their opinion, that's okay. You can still love them. They could be different opinions. You don't have to change anybody's mind. What's more important is that you focus on yourself and your goals and your dreams and your wishes. Because you're having a big fucking change. And maybe it's because of this new moon that's happening here. Yeah, a choice is going to need to be made. And we have the 2 of Pentacles and then the King of Wands. You know, you need to manage your time, your expectations better. And, you know, you will make a choice because you do have... You need to bring out that inner leader in yourself, you know? What is the advice? Knight of Wands upright and then the Temperance reverse. Yeah, you need to come in with some renewed passion, renewed energy, to take inspired action on the things Whether you're creating the tower or the tower is being created for you, this transformation needs to happen. When it does, or is happening, and when it does, you just need to be inspired and see it instead of like, oh, why is this happening? See it as an adventure, seeing it as like, it's not happening to me, it's happening for me. So like, what is the lesson, what is the outcome, you know, here that I should be looking at, right? And yeah, you need to get it in balance and do realignment and like not get down in the dumps with this devil energy, this trickster energy that is trying to siphon all of our energy and use it as fuel for them. I'm super matrixy right now, but you know, it is what it is. I want to get this one, the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. Interesting. Yeah, do take care of yourself. And again, definitely take a risk, but things that you've already been contemplating. What advice, what extra messages do you have for Sagittarius? Oh, wow. You got the Beauty Way, which is perfect because you got the Lovers here. The Beauty Way, yeah, it's about loving yourself. It's about believing in yourself. It's about, you know, being kind to yourself. It's about that inner love and cultivating that inner love and seeing all of this that is happening as a beautiful thing that's happening for you, not to you. I love that. Did the Lovers come out? I don't even remember. No. But yeah, you're going through some sort of transformation or it's about to happen. And I love this. It's, you know, this is the same as this card, you know, the serpent shedding its skin. It's transforming. It needs to like go against the dirt and the rock to shed its skin, right? It's not easy, but it's worth it when it happens. I love that. And then, and maybe look in the Scorpio reading too, because the serpent and the drum came out together as well, but you got the extra Beauty Way. So, and I love that the little dragonfly is there, which is super sweet. And then the drum, it's like, it's time to get to the beat of your own drum. It's time to, march to the beat of your own drum, right? And get in there and be creative and let this tower fall and surrender to this transformation, because there is opportunity coming in, but you don't want to block yourself with judgment of yourself and others, and or like bad habits or needing something from somebody else. You don't need anything from anybody else. You just need yourself. And be in power and gain your power back, right? With this new moon in Cancer, take this opportunity to set your intentions for, you know, whatever it is that you wish to happen in this new cycle. So with this tower happening, and maybe you need to go to join a drum circle, you know, that's fun. There's nothing better than drums. That they're the heart, it's like the heartbeat of any like band, basically. You know, if you didn't have drums, it would just be so boring. So it's time to march to the beat of your own drum, and then it's time to let this tower happen and shed your old skin and, you know, come out renewed, because this transformation is going to happen one way or another. So I love that. Let me pull. You know what? No, I'm not going to pull. I'm going to go here. To the angel ancestors. I just all of a sudden got like, yeah, and maybe you need to like speak your truth, you know, speak again with this Mercury and Leo. It's time to communicate and be bold in your communication and speak your truth and speak what you want into existence, right? What is the final messages for this tonight? Yeah, and collaborate with people instead of seeing people as competition or, you know, like not wanting help or anything. Gather your people, and, you know, people are always willing to help, you know. There are angels in all kinds of forms out there, always show up at the right moment, right time. So have the faith, you know, that this is all happening. I love that. One last message. Thank you. And no, remember, no is a complete sentence. So whatever you need to say no to and set your boundaries, stay firm with those. And don't let other energies outside yourself siphon your energy and try and bring you down, because the fool and the devil together is kind of like deceptive energy to me. So every reader is different, but that's just to me. I'm gonna pull an angel number, and then we will call it a day. And remember, I'm not gonna read it, but be in that lover energy of mainly like loving on yourself, really taking care of yourself during this tower moment, during this change, this transition. 2424, it says good times. You are deserving of affection, relaxation, and joy. Open up to your family and friends. Open up to your family and friends about your feelings, and you'll find everyone aligned and working together harmoniously. Many people are cheering for you. When you spread love, it returns to you multiplied. It's true. I really hope that was helpful, Sagittarius. I love you guys so much. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to know what this is all about. It's going to be different for everybody, as it is a collective message and a general reading for Sagittarius. So let me know. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Peace.